with the BKs. And then what she says that through the practice of Raj Yoga meditation, she was able to develop the concentration, which enabled her to gain success in her own career. And 1976, she traveled to the foreign countries and later the same year dedicated her life for this higher purpose. And I think the first which she started her journey was in Georgetown, Guyana, where she lived for around 3 years. And then May 1979 onwards, she's now in Trinidad, which is a whopping almost 45 years of surrendered life. And based in Trinidad now, she's the director of the centers in Trinidad and Tobago, and also the Caribbean areas, including a few areas of South America as well. To name a few, Venezuela, and areas of Caribbean like Curacao, Aruba, Santa Domingo, Guyana, and Suriname. So she was instrumental actually for establishing various centers in all these countries which I mentioned. She's extensively traveled to many countries and has conducted many talks in various parts of the world. So that is her. And she also was honored with the President Award for the Outstanding Work for Women in Trinidad and Tobago in August 2014. And let me tell you, she's also affectionately known as the Tower of Hope because she's the inspiration for many. So that way. So thank you so much, Sister Hemlata. And now let me move on to Sister Geeta. She basically is the coordinator of the BKs in LA, Los Angeles, which is the Southern California. And she was actually born in Tanzania, East Africa. But she's got this beautiful blend of the East and West. And she is actually a BA in Commerce from India. And then she spent time working in London. She lived in and traveled to numerous countries before coming into knowledge. And she then took a trip to India every year. And then she got inspired into spirituality from childhood and found her calling in 1979, where she was introduced to Brahma Kumaris. So both these are very senior instruments, more than 40 years almost now. And drawn by God's love, she made the decision to focus on the development of her soul. And then she started her journey of the Brahma Kumaris, which is for almost 37 years now. And she's the lead coordinator for all the BK centers in Southern California. And although she's based in LA, but she travels extensively, as I told you before, and offering people of diverse backgrounds the opportunity to awaken their inner power and potential. And as you can see from her face last time as well, she was in conversation with Sister Anjani, a very yogi soul, a lot of yoga power she's developed, and she has spent a lot of time with one of our senior administrative heads, Dadi Gulzar, and even Dadi Janki as well. So as always, before I pass it on to them, and also welcoming by Sister Anu, so let me just recite a poem on the value of accommodation and for both of them. So both Senior Raj Yogis are indeed to the community offering this great donation, thereby offering to the world the much needed solace and salvation. In their interactions with others, they portray the power of accommodation, which helps souls to grant them their full help and cooperation. In today's world, where there's so much of a scientific revolution, people have forgotten the art of being silent and doing self-reflection. The planet Earth has also, due to climate change, got a disturbed rotation. And human minds also are undergoing a lot of irritation and frustration. So both the sisters, who are indeed the Supreme's choicest creation, they come and teach us how to be grounded and develop a spiritual foundation, which helps us to burn our old sanskars by following ardent meditation, and finally achieve in life the true freedom from bondages and experience liberation, true liberation. So thank you so much, both of you, once again. And I request Sister Anu to please go ahead with the official welcome. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj Bhai, for a beautiful poem and to welcome our beautiful guests today, our very senior spiritual guides who are guiding all of us. And today it's such a privilege to have both of you and listen to your guidance on this beautiful value accommodation. So officially, Sister Claudia is traveling, so I am welcoming you with beautiful marigold. It's time for marigold, and they are just in the bloom. They're not bloomed fully. So on behalf of the whole team and all the participants, we want to send it so that it blooms in both of your centers. That's our love to both of you. Thank you. And welcome to our program, and we look forward to listening to you.
So thank you, Sister Anu. And before we pass it on to both of them for the conversation, a few housekeeping instructions. If you can just click on the interpretation icon and select the language you want to listen to. And as always, we'll have the first 50 minutes having a conversation between both of them. And then you can send in your questions to me related to accommodation. So we'll have a Q&A around 15 minutes after the talk. And so before we begin the talk, so Sister Geeta asked me to set in the stage. So I would like to really ask both of them, like before I go to that, the value accommodation, not many people are aware of this value. And in Hindi, we call it samana and anukulan. Anukulan means something favorable, trying to sort of be favorable towards others, not trying to be pratikul, being unfavorable for them. So, what, according to both of you, is the true meaning of the value or virtue accommodation? And since you all are senior Raj Yogis, you all have been practicing this journey for more than 40 years now. So, it would be good if you can give us some practical examples of you having shown accommodation in your life, having started your journey towards journey of Raj Yoga. So, over to both of you. Thank you.
गीता बहन आप बोलो पहले।
आप हमारे सीनियर हैं, आपसे
आप बोलिए। मैं फर्स्ट टाइम आई ना, इसीलिए मेरे को थोड़ा आइडिया हो जाएगा। इन इंग्लिश और हिंदी किस भाषा में बोलना है?
इंग्लिश नो
इंग्लिश में बोलना है। तो गीता बहन आप पहले बोलो फिर, क्योंकि हमको आइडिया हो जाएगा।
ओम शांति। Greetings of peace. It's really very beautiful topic about the accommodation, accommodate. And it is in the current time, I really practically experiencing that it's very important, this power or this value to use in our day-to-day life. In my practical life, since we joining this spiritual life, living with so many different background, different culture, different language in Los Angeles, when I'm staying with these sisters, and I can see each one is very unique and very special also. But if you not understand them, if you not understand their intention behind what they're saying, there are lots of misunderstanding. And this misunderstanding will lead you to your doubt, your relationship, and many other factors. And what I learn and what I observe from our senior dadis, those who really dedicate their life completely for the godly purpose, that no matter what type of their mistakes are, they will not share with everybody. They will just accommodate, and then they will really show you that what your speciality is instead of what you did something wrong. And because by observing and by listening them, naturally the soul also inculcate that particular virtues and then also adjust, accommodate in a different manners. Because whatever I see sometimes, and then one mind is really started to think about, then quickly sometimes comes in the words, and then words sometimes hurt also. But if we can just keep like little moment of silence and think inside, check in a like 3 aspect of time, that if I say right now this word, then what will the effect remain in the present or in the past or in the future? But I don't want to really keep that incidence in my consciousness. So instead of like talking to people, sharing the people, I really change my thinking process that, okay, what if I was here, what I should do? So instead of negative pattern, I transform into positive way. And then it's really, I started to see that the relationship between very neutral, very loving, very understanding, very caring about. And that's why whatever the part in the drama, what we have to play in a more like detached, observe way, then we exactly know that how I can reply, what I can say, or how I can really accommodate in this situation that. And there are many situation comes, but that moment, not judging about why, when, what, how, but how to find out the solution in that moment, that atmosphere remain very peaceful, atmosphere remain neutral, and then my also state of mind remain that peace. So whatever I'm saying, whatever I can really perform, it has some kinds of values. So power to accommodate is also very, very important in our day-to-day practical life, that how you can adjust, how you can accommodate, and how you can go beyond. I'm sure, Hemlata Ben, in your spiritual journey, there are so many difference, and you went in a different like places for this meditation. So must be you also had some challenge, and how you accommodate in your practical life.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much, Sister Geeta. This word accommodation seems to be very general. In the different areas, it is associated with the different words. You know, when we go to Madhuban, we say, I want to get accommodation. That means we had to go and get our places where we had to stay. When we go to the eye specialist, they also have the word accommodation. And so many different places we use the word accommodation. But first time I understand accommodation.
That's good. Yeah, now the other subject, Om Shanti.
Is I had to go and tell them to turn off some speakers.
And everywhere I'm going for tapasya.
So let's try to accommodate
Yeah.
these words as
Sure.
well.
It's a practical example of that how you can only switch your consciousness, and then you can come back to your own being.
Without getting disturbed. Fantastic, yeah.
Hemlataben, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself and
Yeah, I did it. What I wanted to say is that I had this habit, we can say, or some natural instinct to accommodate whichever situation we have from the childhood. Going to school, going to college, going to do anything, and try not to disturb anybody, whatever I'm doing. For example, when I was in the student life, we did not have the big house. We had a small house and the light. Where to study where to study, what not disturbing their sleep, etc. So I would find some place where I don't disturb anybody and study myself, whatever I had to study, whatever I had to do. And the same thing with the teachers and other students, whichever they are. I have made my life that I must live in a minimum, and then I can give the facilities to others. When I came to the medical college, as my brother said, and I take this knowledge, and the routine of the knowledge was quite different from the normal normal routine of the school or college. And I had to adjust a lot. I had to accommodate a lot of things in the college, because now we are waking up early morning, 4 o'clock. Then we are meditating. In the beginning, I was not meditating for 40 or 45 minutes, but I was meditating for the 10 minutes. And then I will make this opportunity, thinking that in my mind, thinking that this time is the best time to study. So I make my duty to study at that time. And then, of course, going to the class. And so whole routine from the late night stay changed into the early sleep and early waking up. And that was a lot of accommodation, I can say, or adjustment, which I had to make in my life when I was studying. And I was able to do that part of it. Although I was a young person, 4 o'clock meditation early morning was not an easy thing for me, Amrit Vela time or before Amrit Vela. But I had this aim that I must achieve this sometime in my life. It took time. It did not happen in a 1 year or 2 years. But it happened that now my morning hours are very, very good because the aim was there. Then I went to the, when we had the night duty, again, we had a problem, of that. I will tell my colleagues, I say, I can wake up after 12 and give the duty to your duty and my duty, I will do it. And when I am sleeping, you can do. For the people who are Agyani soul, they wake up very or late. They wake up late and they do. So we used to adjust ourselves in that way, that, okay, you do from that way, my routine of the Brahmin routine will remain good. Then giving the time. So everywhere we go, and I ask them, can you accommodate me with this, say, or can you accommodate with this? I get a positive response everywhere. When I come to the Madhuban first time, it was overcrowded. It was overcrowded means overcrowded because I went to Madhuban in 1967, although I came in our knowledge 1968. And when I came to knowledge, I was having this thought that we're going to meet with Baba. And because my study was there, so I could not go. My exams are March, April. So we book our tickets as soon as the exam finished. We book in advance to go to Madhuban, which was in the month of April. But I was able to write letter to Baba that I have taken the knowledge, you have adopted me, I have promised that I will remain with you for the rest of the life. And I did get the answer of that letter, but I could not go. So first time when we went is in month of April, and where they had the Tower of Peace erected on the inauguration, and they also had a museum, opening of the museum, that is the time. And that was my first visit to Madhuban, as well as the first visit where overcrowded place was there. And of course, You know, those days in 1969, we did not have that much facilities, overcrowded. And of course, it was not hot, cold, but it was hot weather started. And I did not even get a place in the inside. I was the first timer. It was in the history hall. I did not even get a place inside to get inside, and I did not push myself. And I was contented. Most important was I was contented. And at the back of the history hall, there was a window. And behind the window, there was a kind of platform. So I said, okay, I would push myself at least here. So I push a little bit and I get a little corner where I could sit down, and then I could see Baba coming, Dadi Guljar's body and things like that. And I was quite accommodating in that. But the Murli which was there, that day, first Murli which I heard, I think I had to really accommodate that Murli. It was not the kind of Murli which Baba is giving so much love. Baba gave so much love. But in the end of the thing, Baba talked about many different types of calamities which will going to come to you, different type of calamities in the mind, in the body, in the natural calamities, and all that will going to come. And first time after 6 months of the knowledge, it was difficult to accommodate. But it took time for digesting the knowledge. And then I decided that I want to become pure, and I want to remain pure. I want to be with Baba all the time. And then Dadi asked me to come to the foreign countries, because that time a lot of invitations came and there was less hand, or some hands were already fixed themselves in the different centers. So we were in the home, and I was finished studying and doing the internship. I finished internship looking for the job. And that is the time when Dadi asked me to come and take part in some of the foreign service. I had that intention to go to the foreign country, but not the way it happened. And Dadi asked me to take your certificate, do the both service, the spiritual service and physical service, and then I accepted. I walk with everything anyway. But before I went to the foreign countries, I was sent to a center for a few months. And that center has only, it's Ram Devi Center, it's about 2-bedroom house. And too many sisters, about 8 sisters were living there together, and we had a one bathroom or something like that. And I said, how are we going to adjust with these things? Very difficult to accommodate in that place. I find that 2 days I could not stay properly. And I was thinking what to do and how to do it, how I must go about so that others may not be disturbed about anything. So I get this idea that I will going to be creating my habits early before Amrit Vela, that I bathe and change everything and come to the Amrit Vela, or soon after Amrit Vela, I will do that one, because almost all the sisters, and so they drink tea, and after that they go to bathe. So I said, no, I'm not going to have that habit. I will go immediately with just some warm water or something, and I'll go immediately. And I was ready by the time other people were ready to go. So I find that that was a great achievement in my life, which I did it. That accommodation with other people and the tolerance, it was very nice. And I think I never get any complaint from anybody. And then, of course, there are many challenges which take place. As the time goes, I will going to talk about that. But I find that a power of accommodation is when you start practicing and continue to practice, any virtue can turn into power, and any power turn into the art of living. So there are different stages. So I think the power of accommodation, the second stage of virtue is the virtue, but then into power, then we can adjust with so many things. So this is my little bit of introduction of the accommodation with everyone. I like to adjust with everybody, because everywhere you have to accommodate. Even if you're driving, I don't drive. Even if you're driving, you can't say, oh, I have the insurance, anything can happen. still you're not driving for yourself, you're driving for others also. That your car should be safe and other people's car should be safe, no matter if they give the bad drive. So in the same way, when we come into foreign countries, of course, we meet with all different nations, culture, languages, and so many different races we meet. And I think that is Baba is the only one who can do that one through us. If Baba is not there, we cannot, because we understand the soul consciousness. In soul consciousness, we see the soul, not the bodies and culture. So Baba is the one who has taught us the greatest accommodation with everyone.
So nice, Hemlata Ben, you share about that. And what I really liked it about that, the spiritual knowledge, what the Supreme Being has given us, when you follow that, it's called the Srimad, the Code of Conduct, and all these discipline and the principles, when we follow that, sometimes we don't like it because we are internally a little bit kind of lazy and we are in comfort zone. But as soon as our attainment, we started to receive that, then it's very easy to just switch. And when you like switch internally, you can see how easily you adjust, how easily you accommodate with any particular types of the nature, sanskaras, or any situations about. And that's why the knowledge is very important to give us understanding. And with that understanding and the practicing about the soul consciousness, give us that also the maturity. And with that maturity, you started to understand the people, what they are doing, why they are doing. In majority, in my case, what I experienced because of the so many different faith lives in like Los Angeles, and each one's background is very unique. And whatever the background, they according to that they like having that sometimes the attitude, sometimes they're like a way of like speaking, way of interacting. But when the focus is on their soul consciousness, that this is a beautiful soul playing their beautiful part. So how you can little bit kind of adjust yourself, and then when you just little bit adjust according to what the soul like it, then your also thoughts will not too much like scatter. Your also thoughts seeing that what attainment that soul receive, how that soul is happy, and so you can also receive that vibrations. So Hemlata Ben, I'm sure like there are various challenging souls also around you, different like nature, different liking, and especially now because you are in this spiritual journey in a long time, and those who are coming youngster, how do you accommodate that?
Of course, I'm very fortunate that I born in India with a different situation, and we went to the different level of physical and spiritual level. And I can go back anytime to the old time things. But of course, the new souls, new Baba's children who are coming, they are also coming with their own fortune and their own fortune, their own instinct. I don't think they can do everything what we had gone through in the circumstances, whatever it is. But I think they, in their own places, they are good. In the sense, if they want to do something, they get it done and all that. Sometimes we say, this soul is like this or this soul like that. I think we always have to think about the kingdom is being established, everybody using their own speciality, and whatever speciality they are using, I think we have to accept that speciality. Although in between, we do feel sometimes hard, sometimes easy. I feel sometimes hard, sometimes easy, but overall, we have to accept each other. That is what the power of accommodation could be. We have to tolerate some.
It's very like interesting to watch and observe, which I'm living in that place that one like souls is very like fast, and another one is a very kind of like slow.
Oh,
But both are very talented. And then it was really very um, like a tactic way how you can accommodate with both of them. Otherwise, I noticing is very easily jealousy comes because always our attention goes to those souls, which is really very quickly they understand, and they perform actions very gracefully. And another, no matter 2 3 times when you describe, then also they take their time, they take like things. But then in that situations, I really noticing because of spiritual knowledge and understanding, and the understanding of that, that each one has a unique part and unique thing. So how I really observe them, their speciality, their innate qualities and the virtue, then very easily to accommodate. Otherwise, when you are more like a favorite in one side than another one quickly, because they will not take a pose, they quickly says you are attached with that soul. It's not attachment, it's just that kind of very quickly the service can be done. But then I notice, okay, this is also, I have to adjust, I have to accommodate, and how I can give same amount of the respect and cooperation to this soul, that they can also can be in that same space. So noticing that, then power of accommodation, like accommodate, that you understand the speciality, or you understand their capacity or ability, and how you can really accommodate, or you can adjust according to that, then there is no conflict. So simply feel the pulse and how you can give cooperation in their like task. So then whatever the service is there, it's very easily accomplished. So I'm sure Hemlata Ben, um, especially in your journey, so many different types of souls like coming, but still you are keeping your like that spirituality, and then you are accommodating according to that. Yeah.
yeah. As you said, and that you living in America, which is very fast country, and you have to think everything. You have to think fast to travel. You have to think fast. You have to have some kind of education, and so. And when I came to Caribbean, it is a kind of slow country. Everything goes slow, but they are happy. Whatever they are doing, they are happy. When I really came from Bombay, and I lived a life in Bombay for the past living to for traveling and all that. And I said, "Oh, Baba, this is so slow. How are we going to manage the slow country?" In immigration, I said, enter into immigration. I said, it's so slow. And then I realized, when I start comparing myself, uh, standing in the line, uh, I'm standing in the line in India. I find that these people have a lot more patience than us. We always find some way to go in front. But these people are talking nicely with each other as if they're making the friendship with each other. They're not bothered about how much time it takes, but there's always a peace and patience while they're standing in the line. And I am not so passionate in the line, whatever I go. And I find that there's some speciality, we can say some speciality I observe. And not only there, many other places, I find the speciality, whatever they're doing, slow, but they're enjoying themselves and doing something. And I'm watching myself from the one corner and I say, oh, gosh, this is so slow. I could stand up and do fast thing. But I think I had to know that I had to accept everything. And in some areas, most of the area I accepted. Some area it of course created some little conflict in my mind, to be truthful. But most of the area. And I know that we went to these foreign countries, and Baba always say that many souls who were in Baba's knowledge, they are born in those foreign countries, because when they had to be born in a foreign country, They don't have to have the visa, and they don't have the problem of ticket. And so they are born, Baba send them in advance. So whenever we go, any part of any country we go, there's always somebody, Baba make us meet the soul, whether the soul in contact or soul who become a Brahmin, something that happened, that you don't feel that you are doing anything, but you feel that whatever is needed for the service, whether the center, whether the transport, whether it's the food, whatever it is, Baba has provided beforehand. So wherever we go, small or big, it is not like America, but whatever we get, we are so satisfied. And especially I like in the nature. Nature is very good. The weather is also very good for me. Nature is very good, and pollution is very little in this part of the world. And so I enjoy myself, whatever way we had to accommodate. Little bit, I adjust myself, and I feel very nice. Of course, the little bit thinking is always a different, and two-person thinking cannot be same, because Baba always says that two-person is not the same. All actors are definitely different and unique in their own way. So those souls who come to Baba's knowledge, they are unique in their own way. So they come in Baba's knowledge, and they recognize whatever level they recognize, they are really loving children of Baba. And I know that we have come here, and we don't have to be all the time here. The day will come when Baba asks us to come back. And so we have to see how responsible they become. And they are becoming responsible for taking care of the center responsibility, taking care of the penance responsibility. And so at least I have this faith in myself and faith in others, that when I go from here, whether by migration or by leaving the physical body, Baba's work will continue to go in this part of the world. And that is what I have the faith thing, and I feel that I can accommodate anything, whatever there is. Of course, we have to keep the love Raj Yoga in all centers.
I'm sure each one, once you can visit Hamlata Ben's center when Trinidad, like I think so amongst all of us, she's the most happiest, because everything is so natural. The fruit, it's like big size. Avocado is like big size, but it's so nice, creamy. You name it, it's a natural. You don't have to think it's organic or is this thing. Naturally, you can really enjoy that. So I'm sure it's a very heavenly that experience about. I do remember, like Dadi Janki sent me to open the center in Turkey, Istanbul. During that time, there was nothing there. So I learned a lot about the power to accommodate there. Because going to what Hamlata Ben says, yeah, America is a very fast country. And from America, when you go there, and there is exactly like India, very slow, very like people are enjoying what they're doing, but very slow manner. So we had just the place, and no any kind of facilities in that center, and we had to open that center. And I was the first time went into that country, and first thing is that I have to accommodate according to their language. So I don't understand the language. They don't understand that time about the English also. So very beautifully, like in our spiritual journey, says that in the golden age, that we have the not too much words, but we have to learn with the signal, like you communicate with the signal. So I was just thinking, okay, Baba, this is my time to learn how to really, without using this energy, how you can communicate with the signal. And there was one context soul, which she was helping, and but according to drama, like she was deaf in both ear. So whatever I say, it's always goes in a negative form. And then it was very challenging. And she says, okay, we can go and have a phone first. So in the phone first, she says, okay, we can go look. Then tomorrow we can go and check the which service we do. Third day, we can go and um, connect that phone. Fourth day, we can go and buy. Then fifth day, we do. Then I was thinking that in one day, you can do 10 things. And then I says, no, sister, we can buy today, we can do this thing, this thing, this thing. And she really gave me beautiful lesson. She says, sister, one by one, like take a step, not just run fast, take a step. So I says, okay, here I have to accommodate myself with her. Otherwise, we both have such a conflict. And what the Dadi has a wish to open the center, I don't think so in a 3 month also I do anything. And that was my beginning of the understanding about that, okay, I can keep that patience and just go. And internally, I was talking to Baba and says, Baba, please give me guidance that I do faster, but I don't want to disturb this sister, and she can be cooperative with me and how we can do it. And then I noticing that when you are little bit accommodate according to the nature or sanskaras or the time or the place, then naturally they also accommodate according to that. So it was a naturally how 3 months passed, so many beautiful programs and everything's happened, and now we have 2 centers there. So main moral was that when you understand the soul's capacity or ability about and detach, and you can just little bit accommodate that time, then they can also sacrifice about. And sometimes we are keeping their kinds of consciously sometimes say, okay, I just letting go. But subconscious mind is time to time is really bothering you. But then that also, if you can really accommodate and see in a bigger picture that no, they can do, they can able to understand, they can also do, let me let go of my this thought and transform that into the positive. So when you anything negative around what you thinking, and when you can transform into positive way and see in that unlimited way, and I says very easily you can accommodate with any types of situation or circumstances, and you don't lose your peace, and you can see they can also very cooperative, very friendly, and they can also accommodate according to you what you experience about. So I'm sure that this power of accommodate and we use in a worthwhile way, then whole situations around us we can make it easier. So life is easy, but our thoughts sometimes makes us complicated, and so that how we can merge and into more positive level, you can see it became a very simple way you can do it.
At the same time, I think, Sister Geeta, we also had to understand the capacity of different people.
Yes.
Those people who are fast and some are slow.
Yes.
We can't make slow people fast.
No.
And we cannot become slow because of what their speed is. So I think the accommodation also means acceptance of each other.
Yes.
You can't force, or that person will do the same thing as you may be doing, because I have the habit, I'm little kind of fast person. I do 3 things in one time. 3 things, I keep 3 things to do. When I'm tired of standing, I come and sit down in the chair. And when I sit down in the chair, in front of me, there is something to do, whether it's a vegetable, whether it's some paperwork or something, I have something. So I sit down, I rest. Physically, I rest, but I continue to do that one. So I have the 2 or 3 things together doing, cooking, washing, or whatever it is. And when I get tired, I sit down and I do something. But I cannot expect everybody will be doing that way, because they say one at a time. When it finished, then they will do the next thing. Then they will do the next thing. I feel sometimes I feel sorry for the that they will tired for the whole day, but I had to accept that that is what their capacity is, that is where their thinking is, that is where they can do the things. And my capacity is little different in the area but they cannot do, I had to accept. And in certain area, they may be having more capacity than me. So I had to accept them and they had to accept me, what I have done. So then when there is that thing, then we can be harmonious to each other. Otherwise, I will posing my, fastness to the person and that person is posing their fastness in some area to me. And that can always create a conflict. So that is why we need to understand more on each other. Then we had to change each other. I don't think we can change anybody anyway. But of course, by seeing the example, they can be inspired. But inspired does not mean that they can change. Inspired means they love you. If you do something good, whether in the spiritual level, if I study and do tapasya or read Murli, and I am doing that one, I can tell them that this is what I do, but it is not necessary they can do the same thing as we do, but they do have respect for whatever you are doing, and they do feel our presence being appreciated by them, and they do feel that some kind of power or some kind of strength they are getting through our presence because we are doing something different. So although they're not able to follow fully, but they are able to take that power, that energy of you at that particular time. Because I myself have some other sisters. I am also not too fast in the studies, and so I had a one sister who was studying very well, who used to sit in meditation. I was not so serious about these things, and many times she may be posing me. I said, sister, whatever you can do, I can't do it. But I appreciate what you're doing. You're sitting here and doing something, create the positive vibration. And I'm in that vibration. I am very comfortable with that vibration. So please do not oppose me what you can do and what I cannot do, but you do your things, and whatever inspiration I get from you, I will going to change some part of it. And the rest, I will enjoy your company. I will enjoy your vibrations. And I think what I expect from her and whatever she has done, I really used to feel very nice with the person. But if she opposed me to do something, I think there could have been a conflict about it. And so we get the strength from each other, vibration from each other, but not necessarily everything we can change in our life. So
That is very true. That is very true. That's why it's nice to understand, not to correct them or not to just let them know what they are not doing. So not focus on their negativity, but just give them the cooperation or whatever they don't do, and then let at the end very peacefully you do it. Then that our relationship and also the atmosphere and souls also, they're also not just feel that guilty feeling or they think they are more superior or I'm not. So they also feel whatever they are having the values about. So it's really maintain that good relationships about that. So it's very nice to accommodate.
Across always some people, not my junior, only the senior also. When I live with somebody, they're always excelling in some part of the thing. If I wake up at 4 o'clock meditation, they waking up 3 o'clock meditation, they're doing the 3 o'clock meditation. They're excelling in some way or other way, and they expect me to be changing. I say, please, let me just do the basic, whatever Baba says, and sometimes special program, I will do it, but not all the time. And I think when I express my feeling, they accepted me. That is the most important part of it. Yeah. But I always end up in some people who are doing intensifying classes and intensifying meditation somewhere along the line. And I think you just go on doing, I will get a good vibration from you. That is what it, not everybody can take the changes, but they can take the vibration from you. And that is what I learned from my senior. The senior means colleagues, but they are more practicing those things. I feel that I must do the same thing with my junior also. Whatever they can do and how much they can do, they are doing their own thing. But the peace is important.
Very nice. So, Manoj bhai?
Which question?
Thank you so much. It was wonderful because so many examples you all gave from your practical life, and that really is an inspiration that how to develop accommodation. And I think a few values which were touched upon, that if we need to develop accommodation, we need to have acceptance, accept people as they are, tolerate them. That's another power which we need to develop. And along with that, try to adjust. So that's important. I just wanted to ask you another concept. Like at Brahma Kumaris, they are taught, we are taught, not they, we are taught that the power to accommodation is like an ocean. So the ocean, it tries to accommodate whatever it gets, but it doesn't absorb it. So whatever the rubbish or the dust is, the dirt is there, it just splashes it out again on the shore. So I think that's what you all are saying, that let's not try to absorb anyone's negativity. Let's be with them and accept them as they are. So you all were speaking about good old days when people used to live in joint families. Nowadays, the Gen Z, which we call the next Gen Z, means the generation which is just now maybe in the age of 20 to 30, in that age range now. So they are born in nuclear families and they don't even know the concept of what a joint family is. And they just want to be independent all the time. So they want to just be themselves. They want to have their separate rooms and maybe an attached bathroom. They don't want to be disturbed. So how do you recommend that? How should we tell them two things? The first thing, why you should adjust. And second, how you can develop the power to accommodate and adjust. So do you want to throw light on this for the next generation, coming generations?
Of course, we see the people like this, even the families, they're living with the parents, they have that kind of thing. And they feel that by being free from everybody, that is a solution for that. We all go through the stages like that. I, as a child, must have gone that stages that I used to when I was studying. I say, these parents are the always obstacle. Something they tell us not to do this and not to do this. And there used to be thought coming in my mind also that better we free ourselves to go and do the job, go and get the thing and live independent life and things like that. But when I see that part of it, I feel that one side in the name of freedom, we become lonely. And there's always some kind of spot inside, that need to be changed. Means lonely at that particular time, if any problem comes, because we become independent, we don't want to open our mouth with anybody, and we don't want to relate with somebody. Sometimes it goes good, and sometimes it's always a tragic experience of the people. So although we say that people want to do that one, and most of us, I feel that we want to really take the chance. Everybody is so curious to take the chance how freedom is and what freedom is. But I will use the word let go. Let go means, although sometimes we have to let go the people, even the families, I advise them, some of the people, they want to, their children or their families and son, daughter-in-laws, and so they want to be separate, they want to be independent. But I feel that let go means I accept as you are at present, but at the same time, I'm not let going you. I still, sometimes we say, okay, you want to be independent, okay, you try, you do that, everything, trial or something. I don't want to take part. It's physically, even if you let go, but spiritually, it is your duty to send the vibrations and good ray good feelings and the rays. And after coming to Baba's knowledge, I think we are greater equipped in those areas. So although some people want to withdraw from ourselves, they want to be free life, they whatever they want, and we accept us letting go physically, but spiritually we are not letting go. We will send our vibrations, we will send our blessing to that. So at the time of difficulty, their mind must turn towards us or towards God so that they can get the right time, right appropriate help wherever they get, whether to the friends, to the relations, to the contact, to the Baba, whatever is there. And we don't have to feel negative about that. I feel our good feelings still working, that they are able to overcome those feelings and emptiness and the loneliness. They are still able to get the loneliness, emptiness, any difficulty or obstacle coming. They are able to handle with the help of whosoever they want or whosoever come in their way. Why should I say they're not coming to me? They're going to so and so person. But main thing is they're getting help, and that help is our good wishes and Baba's blessing. So I think that norm is there. Speaking too much will not going to work, but more is important part is we can do let going, but yet through the power of yoga, we can do something like that. And whenever opportunity come, whenever they come, they have any difficulty, they come, not speaking the slanging language. Oh, you did not do this one, that is why it happened. And now you have to come back. You must not show that you come back to me. But yes, whenever you come back, we accept them as they are with a lot of love and good feelings to get any help they want to get.
Actually, many parents they are passing these situations that about this generations gap. And many times they ask their sister what we can do. They're not listening. So what I found out that we are traditional and they are the young generations, but not the young generations. I just feel they are like recycling soul, brought so many maturity with them. And so they don't like to listen to what you're saying. And one thing, when the parents, I especially tell the parents, don't give advice because advice is free. And when there is a free thing, it's not that much value about. So don't give advice, but just, and don't be like a mother or father, just be a friend. So when you're a friend, you started to understand in friend, you don't like correct. Why you doing this thing? You should not, there is no should, but anything. It's just like acceptance is there. So be a friend and let you can find out what they are liking instead of like in my time I was doing this thing, my parents was doing this thing. I said that was the past. Now we are the current, and they're living in that technology world that it doesn't match. So it's like a such a gap. So something like between things is disappear. So I say you have to come accommodate with them what they are doing. They are very sensible. They are very mature also. But because of their age is young, like a little, so then our vision changed that what they know, we know better. I said, don't compare about this thing, but listen what they are saying. Like couple of souls who are staying around me, I always just ask them first that what do you think in this service or in these situations what we do. So I listen everybody and then I say, okay, let's we do this way. So they easily like cooperate about. So mainly things that we respect them equally. We also listen them what they are saying, and then we can then afterwards we say, okay, we can do according to situations. And I'm sure youngster will not run away. Many times I notice in the like center, our traditional nature comes out and I say, we do this is work today. And then by seeing that, they started to make good excuses and they run away. And then I was just thinking, why they run away? So much work is here. Then I thought it's not that interesting. So I had to find out tactic, how to finish the work and still they enjoy and still in a short time, we can accomplish everybody. So we have to observe what they like, we have to listen what they like, and then according to that, when you do the work, it's very easily can accomplished. So a couple of souls, they left their independence, they came in the center, and in the center also keeping that atmosphere, that first thing what they like, how we can do it, always like ask them, and then afterwards work. So it's very nice, harmonized sanskaras, harmonized nature, and they also enjoy and I also enjoy. So both we have a freedom because nobody's judging, nobody criticizing, nobody's telling what to do, but very that mutual understanding, we accommodate each other and we performing the actions. And whatever they don't do it, it's okay. I know that I will finish it. I got more like a good marks, good like my spiritual bank account will increase. So in that uplifting feelings, when I do that, so they can also very enjoy about that. So main thing is that don't tell what to do.
You mean that whatever they are doing on one side and how much their capacity is there, according to that, you will do the rest of the things.
Yes, rest, yeah.
Or you make other
Yeah.
people do and
Yes.
figure it out.
Otherwise, in our mind, there's constant conflict. Why they're not doing? Why simple this thing, no understanding? Why this thing? And this why, it's so much heaviness. But under that why, there's a little dot that, I just say Om Shanti. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. And so our energy level will not like drag. You save your energy, and whatever they finish, I just says blessed. And whatever remain, I say it's my fortune to finish it. And this is way how I accommodate. And so the journey begins very peacefully.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And it's a beautiful way you all have tried to address this, how to deal with the Gen Z. I'm sure it is helpful. There are two similar questions. I'll take it both together. That it's one of the sisters who's saying that she was in a marriage for almost 16 years. It's a long time, and the husband preferred to be separate from her, left her and her daughter as well. So she's saying, I adjusted, I accepted, and I accommodated when we were living together. But I feel I was taken advantage of doing all the above, means some undue advantage. Same thing in the office, someone mentioned here in the question that I have recently started my journey into Brahma Kumaris doing meditation. So I accept and accommodate and tolerate people, but they sit on my head, which means they take undue advantage of me if I keep accommodating and accepting. So both these situations, one is the home situation, personal life, and second is the workplace. So how do we, in this situation, put in the power of accommodation without letting go of our good wishes for them?
What I feel that nobody takes our advantage. If I allow, then only they can take it. So that time we have to be very tactful, yukt way, where to do, where not to do. And once you do it, then you have to detach, because then afterwards you need sometimes little bit wah, and you don't receive that praise, then the thought also started to like spin your mind. I did this, I did it. So you counting that this many things I did, and still they're not appreciate about that. And so I always feel nobody takes our advantage, only if I allow that. And that is also our weakness about. But when you accommodate according to their nature or sanskaras, very easily you can claim, like you can win their heart also. That's what my experience.
I feel that sometime when we come in Baba's knowledge, we want to follow the principle of Baba's knowledge, Maryadas, and whatever is there, without understanding their feelings. We look after our feeling, and it becomes sometimes the rigid way of life in front of them. So I find that whatever is necessary in our life, we follow. But whatever is we can, wherever we can accommodate, we must able to accommodate with them, and we must give the fullest cooperation uh, to them while sitting down and eating together, although they may not be eating vegetarian food and we are eating vegetarian food. At least we must give the company to the person. Sometimes they want to go out, and we had to give some time that accommodation for that, because we feel that sometimes our time is wasted or something. So I feel that little bit of the area where we can relax ourselves and give them little accommodation is good. Wherever we are strong, we supposed to be strong. So I think we being it strong, and we ourselves have some kind of fear that if we loosen ourselves with that person, then sometime I may fall. So I think sometimes the people feel that as a Raj Yoga, we are very fanatic, we are not. So the love goes down, like how we say the fear of something in our mind doesn't allow us to have that feeling of relationship. Like I see that many times that when the Kuwait came in the existence and the principle we start following, it did not bring the people close to the family. Closeness in the family, take the people away from the family, because what was the fear of our mind was able to not accommodate each other. So I think somewhere along the fear, which is the part of the attachment, we feel that, okay, I'm able to follow this kind of life, but we want others should follow the life also, and others should follow the things and other things. So somewhere rather than like there is some kind of rigidness, and some of the time they look like we are too strong in certain things and we aren't allowing other people to accommodate wherever we can accommodate with them. That is, I feel, and whereas we can be little relaxed on that area.
Okay, so thank you. Extending this question further, that someone is asking in the chat that I really accommodate people a lot, but I accept their weaknesses as well. But then I suffer a lot because of their shortcomings and misdoings. So, what is it that I should do so that I don't suffer?
I had to leave on Baba, no? I had to remember Baba, because we say we are doing the things. Actually, Baba, everything has its own course. So we had to relax ourselves and say, Baba, you are the one who's going to take care of everything. So when we take everything upon ourselves, then we suffer. But when we leave on Baba and the child, another partner is also Baba's child, let the course goes as Baba wants us, and we go along. Not me doing sacrifice, me are accommodating, I am accommodating. But I feel that I am doing what Baba wants us to do, relax yourself. Main thing is we have to relax our mind. Why I have the feeling that I'm accommodating? Why I have the feeling I'm tolerating? Why I feeling that people are taking advantage? I think all those feelings and all those things we have to put aside, that Baba takes care of it. Final is Baba, no? Nothing else can work.
I think because we are expecting, and that expectation is a little higher, which might be they don't know what they like wanting, but expectation is really makes us disappointment. So if we can keep that aside and just see that whatever accomplished about, and not judge, not criticize about, and then it lets the thoughts in mind, like sometimes that little negative thought starts, but then you are the master and you are the creator of your own thoughts, how you can transform that into more positive and uplifting way. So the naturally you will not suffer, and that good wishes will also goes to them. And so they can also send you the good response.
Wonderful. We have a few more questions. We have 5 more minutes left almost. So, an interesting question here is about countries having border issues. And it's like one country is trying to just snatch a little bit of piece of land, so on and so forth. I'm not going in the details. But how should countries be taught to accommodate each other's, particularly on the border issues? tips on that?
I think with the words you cannot do, with the actions you cannot do. Just remain with that power of pure thoughts. Constantly, when we generate these pure thoughts, time will come and then the country will become a one. Instead of creating question, how I do this thing, how I do thing, but we can generate these good wishes, pure feelings, vibrations, and then the time will come automatically. These good wishes will bound them, and it become a one boundary, not two boundaries.
I feel we had to be neutral in this. Our duty as Baba's child and Baba's special child, we are not on anybody's side. We are not on this person exploiting, that person exploiting, this government doing this, that government doing. In any area, I think we have to be neutral. We have to give the power of yoga to both. And we do sometimes say, okay, somebody will come to me and talk about that this thing happening, and whatever their desires are, we put in front of Baba, no? We tell, if somebody say, my child is sick, I want him to get better, I say, okay, no problem. And you send a sakash to them, that is, we say, yes, we'll do. And when we sit in Baba's remembrance, and we say, Baba, so-and-so person come, the child is sick, and mother also, and everybody else wants for him to get better. And I'm putting my desire in front of Baba, whatever they have told me. But at the same time, I will tell Baba, you know the best, whatever is best for him and for the family. It has happened like this. And I detach myself, and I just send vibrations of Baba to that souls, that something best must happen. But I am not interfering with karmas of anybody by saying that, okay, this will happen and that should happen. I give the news like a Narad Muni. They could go and take the situation of the world and they tell to God, God, this is happening, this is what not happening. So anybody who tell me something, I go and tell, but I am neutral. And I tell Baba, whatever has to happen, it should be the best for everybody. And I just, as much as my capacity of meditation is, I take that power and sakash to give everybody. Even in the politics, I don't enter into politics. I don't enter into no other conversation with the people. I'm always neutral, but whatever they tell me to give message to God, I do give the message on behalf of that and try to be best for them, happen best to them. Baba knows what is there. So we don't take part. I personally don't take part in any of the worldly division, because Baba already said the things will happen in the future. So what I'm going to do with that? We just send that anything which happens should be peaceful. That is what our thing is, whether plus or whether minus. So as Baba's child, we don't. But people do come and tell us many things, and we tell, yes, we are going to tell God, and we're going to send good wishes for everyone.
Right.
That's my...
So so the line is combining both the answers, that don't mess around with these issues, be neutral, don't take sides, and also send the power of good wishes. That's helpful if that's what we can do. Let's try to end this because we have actually exceeded our time. This is the special month of Dadi Prakash Mani, who was one of our previous administrative heads. And she was the administrative head, from people who don't know, 1969 onwards till 2007, a pretty long time, and a span of around 40 years roughly. And she is very well known for using this power of adjustment and accommodation very beautifully. So do you all want to quickly, both of you, give some personal example of your life where you saw Dadi being very accommodative? Quick stories, yeah.
Dadi was very loving. I think love was the basis of her dealing with everything. So Dadi will just give. Dadi don't look backward for anything, whatever. If Dadi give advice in a certain situation and you do it or you don't do it, she don't look forward, and she doesn't say, oh, you followed, you get benefit. You did not follow, you did not get benefit of anything. She doesn't look, whatever Baba's inspiration is, she will talk and she will get the greatest love, unlimited love like Baba, she gave to all of us, Brahma Baba to all of us. And that is why I think we survived so long. And we hope to survive the rest of the life.
I practically I saw while she was in Madhuban, and she was in that main courtyard in Pandabhavan. And one of the Madhuban Nivasi soul was passing but never said Om Shanti to Dadi. He just went and he came back. And when he went, he didn't say anything. When he was going back, and Dadi herself, he says Om Shanti, whatever the name was, Om Shanti, and he looked and he disappeared. And so I told Dadi, how you can really tolerate like this kind of behavior. And Dadi says, if you remain merciful, you win the heart of everybody. So don't let go of your side. Like I say Om Shanti. Even if you don't listen, it's fine. But you can just keep your stage and keep your good wishes of that soul. And then afternoon, that soul came and apologized, Dadi. Sorry, Dadi, I know I was disturbed, so I didn't wanted to say anything. And so how you can really accommodate, how you can adjust and constant have your good wishes for everyone. And that was our Dadi Prakashman.
Wonderful, beautiful memories. 25th August is the day of her memorial, so coming soon. Thank you so much for being so.
24.
25th August is the day when she became awake.
I want to know exact date. Huh?
Okay.
25th.
25th. Yeah, 25.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
there when Dadi was leaving. I was there. We reached that 24th night, and then in 25th morning she left. So it was a nice departure. How she left. I was there when Dadi Gulzar left body, how divine way they left. So it's really nice to prepare instead of going question mark, why this, why that, accommodate yourself and just be a point. At the end, it's just remain the point.
Thank you. That was a wonderful message. And that's the reason we celebrate this month of August in her memory. We took these two values. One is accommodation, and the upcoming value is integrity. So thank you so much for sharing these stories, wonderful practical examples and tips as well. So I'll request Sister Anu now to please propose the vote of thanks and do the announcements. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj Bhai. Yeah, beautiful value and power of accommodation, and with your personal experiences that you shared, you have really brought light to each of us, very deeper and many aspects. The light into many aspects. I'm sure we will recheck the session and take the points that's important for us. I loved it as Hemlata Didi said that you have to have the aim to accommodate, understand, do you want to accommodate first of all? So that's my decision. And when, again, in the spiritual journey, we start to experience the benefit of it and we keep up with our aim. And also, as Gita Didi, you said that I have to adjust, I have to have the patience to accommodate, to cooperate according to what they are, their sanskars, their pace. Then I help them to open up, to accommodate me and cooperate. So that's such a beautiful equation. So as both of you said, that the answer finish all conflicts is accepting as they are. And then you're helping them to also spiritually grow. So really very, very beautifully, you also shared about Dadi Prakashmani. Dadi. So thank you, a big thank you from all of us. And we are really happy, and we will check again to take the points, as I said. And yeah, before we go to at the end, we also take a photo. I will just quickly share the upcoming programs information. So, okay. As we always do, after 1 week, we'll have the workshop, values workshop, number 96 on accommodation, same value. We will do in the first hour experiential exercises to deepen this value, this power in our consciousness, in our personality. And on the second hour, we'll have again another insightful talk and meditation, another journey on accommodation with Sister Tina. She'll join us from Brahma Kumaris, New York, the Global Harmony House. It's happening on 10th August, Saturday, same time. So please mark your calendar, join us then. And the next session of Values for Life series we have is episode 97 on integrity. That is Akhandata, so undivided integrity. So it's happening on 17th of August, Saturday, same time, after 2 weeks. And for that, we'll have our senior Didi, Sudha Didi from Russia. She is the General Director of Brahma Kumaris in Moscow, Russia. So please join us then. And you can check us out on our websites. That's vihasa.in and vancouver.brahmakumaris.ca. All the videos, including today's, you can find on our YouTube channels, as well as the playlist, as you can see, the Values for Life series playlist and the Values Workshops playlist. So thank you, everyone. And we'll see you again in the next session. But before that, we'll have meditation. But first, the photograph. We don't want to miss this opportunity to have a beautiful virtual photograph with our beautiful seniors. You can open your video if you like to be in the photo. And we all know we all want to have the photo, so if you like, yes, I got that. Over to you, Manoj. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we'll just finish with the closing meditation. So is it meditation or just drishti, or whatever both of you say? Maybe a short commentary would be fine.
Commentary, or I can play a song and we take this.
Sure.
Song drishti is better.
Okay.
Is it in the sunlit meadow? Is it in the rocks and trees? Is it in the blue and yellow? Is it in the one who sees? This radiance I recognize, even when I close my eyes. Is it in the words you've spoken, as trackless in their flight as birds? Is it in the silence broken? Is it in between the words? This living truth you make so clear. The speaking stops, but still I hear. And I cannot see how I missed this before. Who I am is always here, of this I'm sure. Is it in the circumstances? Is it in a quiet mind? does it only come in glimpses? Is it an event in time? This peace that permeates my mind, my moods, these changing states. Is it in your form that I hold so dear, or older than your ocean eyes? When you walk away, does it disappear? Could it be so localized? This love, which no one claims. You come, you go, but it remains. And I cannot see how I missed this before. The love we are is always here, of this I'm sure. Is it in the sunlit meadow? Is it in the rocks and trees? Is it in the blue and yellow? Is it in the one who sees?
Okay, so thank you once again, and it's really a big thank you to Sister Hemlata, particularly because we were awaiting eagerly someone's representation from the Caribbean, and there you gave us the chance. Thank you so much. And obviously, yes, to Sister Geeta as well for the second time. Thank you so much for your presence.
How much Hemlata Ben accommodate her program and came here. So thank you, Hemlata Ben. It was very nice.
Thank you once again, and thank you